the volume is like. Do not know what the volume is like, but let's go ahead and check to see what's going on here. Bring this over here. And let's see what live is looking like. And Twitch, both of those.
What kind of games are you in?
Oh, every time you go to Twitch, always a video that's playing. All right, here we go. Channel. Okay, 0 viewers over on Twitch. Okay, let's see what's happening with. Got to. All right. So what's going on with AMC? I saw the channel sign up, but the ones I saw were $14. What's the difference? What? I saw the channel sign up, but the ones I saw were $14. I don't know what you're talking about there. Appreciate the content and advice. It's not advice, it's just merely just my opinion. You missed Carl because he was sitting right next to me and he was laying down, but I got up to turn on the lights and he ran away. So how am I? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for hitting the like button. The man is back. AMC. AMC's, it's not bad. I mean, what's happening right now is understandable. What I'm very pissed about is the fact that I wanted to buy into ZOM with 100 more shares, and it went down to the area that I wanted to buy in at, and it didn't fill me 4 times. So it's okay. It's fine. It looks like GME is making a little bit of a comeback in the after hours market. That's perfect. AMC is making a little bit of a comeback. It's mainly manipulation. I knew I should have, and I was contemplating investing into costs at this low $20 mark, and I feel like they're going to skyrocket tomorrow. We're going to see some really good movement throughout the after hours market, and then I could have sold, but I didn't end up doing it because I wanted to save money to average down on Rocket. What's going on with AMC? A lot of manipulation, a lot of just down market scarcity. People are just not looking to buy into it as well. There's a lot of different stuff. So I created a video. I didn't finish it. I didn't upload it yet, but I finished recording it. Oh, channel member, Tom Collins. Thank you for signing up. Awesome. I just released channel memberships, and it gives me the ability to see certain people and read their comments. AMC, you sneaky thing. Yeah, AMC was definitely making weird moves today, and I was really pissed with Rocket because it was up 4%, and then all of it went away in the matter of like an hour, and it just dropped down to even $22.80. So I definitely have something to make up there. How can I sign up? I couldn't find the option in the app. So right here, if you're watching the video, there should be a join button right near. It might be near the subscribe button, and then you can hit join, and I think the first option is 99 cents. The other option is like $1.99. Yeah, I thought that would be cool, so I can. Thank you for joining, Armani King. Yo, Latin 50. You're the first member. You're the first member of my YouTube channel. That's awesome. Just joined. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so you see how it just makes it green and it like stands out, and I'm able to hone in on that comment. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. Without you guys, I would not be here. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. So I appreciate everybody that comes through these live streams that watches my videos. So Thank you. Is today's events in the market normal? No. Well, fluctuation and down markets are normal. How much we actually seen of a decrease? Not really that normal. You can see in the after hours market, a lot of it is starting to recover. You can see a lot of it is green, especially with GME. You see it actually making a pretty decent move upward right now, up to $1.88. And then AMC, you can see that moving up to hopefully the $11 mark. But it's starting to recover because it wasn't really that normal, but a down market is sort of normal if that calms your nerves. I felt nothing from what was happening. Now, if it completely collapsed down to like $7, then obviously that's crazy manipulation, plus a down market, plus people being scared. And then you have to look at what the utilization is, what the amount of how many people are actually holding. Are there a lot of shares available? What are the short shares available? You have to start looking at all that. That's when you get into a mode where you're like, okay, this is more than just buying the dip, you know? So it was a little bit rocky, you know? I rock Matt. Wait, I rock Matt. You rock Matt. So I rock. Thank you. I appreciate that. I can't see the join button. It should be right there. I don't know if you have to hit the subscribe button in order to do so, but I'm pretty sure you don't. I don't know. It's weird if you're like a channel member but you're not subscribed. I subbed. Can you go over OCG? What is OCG? OCG is at $11. It did have a massive drop like everything else in the market. So let's see exactly where it is if we are at a low to where we can get into it. So this did take it was a large increase, did have a decrease, recovered and had a large increase again, did hold steady over a number of days, which is definitely a great sign seeing that. And this decrease was mainly because we did have that down market, right? And it might be to a point to where we do see a little bit of people selling off because it got to a point to where they were okay with it. So it might be a combination of a down market plus people selling off. But I'm not so sure as to why this increase is actually happening so rapidly from $4 in 3/12, so a few days ago, to where's it at? $13, $14, all the way up to $15 at one point. So I don't know why this is happening, but with any dip, it does show that it may be trying to retest at some of these areas, and you might want a firm retest of probably somewhere around here of $9 before you can actually make a move back in if that's what you're looking for. But this could also be a false breakout, because we did have a large increase and then it dropped down, right? But then we had that large increase again to where we had an influx of buyers. But this might be just a false breakout, and the fact that it's leveling out, you never really know. It's a good sign that it is increasing. You see new lows that are created as you go up, as you see the peaks and you see the valleys. So looking at this, you probably just want it to test some of these areas as it is going down, and then you'll see a little bit of an increase in my opinion. But it's too quick of movement for me in order to make a move in. If I seen this movement, this large candlestick or a large candlesticks, because this is 2 hours, then I would end up making a move in. What's the difference between channel membership and memberships in the Patreon and Discord group? Discord group gets a lot more. Channel memberships are probably going to get, mainly when we have the live streams, you'll be able to have those loyalty badges. So it makes it easier so that you don't have to send super chats to basically get my attention. It can be literally highlighted green or whatever color, and then I'll be able to pick that out of the group and understand that you're a person that's asking a real question and not somebody that's asking just something weird, or saying all of those Ted Cruz things. So that's really the difference there, and that's why I priced it low, is so that people can become a channel member, support me here if they don't really want to support over on Patreon, because I know that is $5. This can be 99 cents, and you'll get maybe like a couple of videos of a stock updates, but over on Patreon, you'll get weekly updates as long as you pick the right group. And then you'll also get the communication factor of the Discord group. So the Discord group is a huge piece of why, Patreon is Patreon. And the memberships over here are the memberships. People wanted me to create this just to be able to, set them apart from the rest of the group. And I understand why. It makes it easier on my eyes because then I can just go and read one of the channel members' comments rather than, seeing a comment that just says, hey, I don't know, Ted Cruz was whatever, assassinated or whatever they say, So it's not anything to where I just wanted like, oh, I'm going to make this $5 and that $5 and make them the same thing. It makes no sense. Or make this cheaper and give them the same thing as, Patreon. But that's not the case. Why does it say that monetization is off? So yeah, I shouldn't be streaming long. I'm probably going to stream until 5 o'clock just to give everybody an understanding as to what's going on. Well said. You used the Emmy emoji there. Where can I join the membership? I can't find the join button. It should be right by the subscribe button, I believe. Let me see. I did 2 a while back and bought more and averaged down, and I'm still in a profit for now, but I'm holding, waiting for the stock count. Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a longer play than we think. I know it's kind of depressing that we're holding on for such a long time. I hate having to hold on to things for too long because typically I would trade them and it would be gone in at maximum a week. With a lot of the positions that I'm looking at now, I'm doing a lot longer to do something that's like a week or 2 weeks and trying to gain a couple $1,000s from it to make up from it. Because if I'm looking to gain $1,000 a week from one position, I would like to be able to gain $4,000 from at least one of those positions or one of those trades that I have. That would be basically $1,000 a week. Right? So that's what I'm looking for with Rocket. I know Rocket is worth a lot more than where they are. They're just seeing an extreme hit from the markets. And it looks like anytime any of the other ones are down, Rocket, or any of the other ones are up, Rocket is down. Any of the other ones are down, Rocket is up. Don't know why, but that's just how it is. I ended up buying into ZOM today, somewhere around the $1.84 mark. I was looking to get in again at $1.76 and I couldn't get in. It didn't fill my order, which I was very upset about. But hopefully if it does go lower tomorrow, then I'll see if I can get in lower and lower and lower and lower that cost basis. Thank you for coming a channel member, Blitzkid K or X. Couldn't see that. Appreciate that. Drop the member link in the pin. I don't even know how you do that. You can drop the member link in the pin. I usually put my, I have another channel that I created. It's a YouTube Shorts channel. And that's the one that I usually put in the pin. It should be easy to find. Once you go down to join, you should be able to find it. Once you go down to like below the video, it should be right there. Typically. But thank you for reminding me because I usually put on my Patreon link, YouTube Shorts channel. I usually put that in the description or in the chat. So if you're looking to join the YouTube Shorts channel, make sure you join that. I'm looking to grow that to 1,000 subscribers as well. And see how much money you can make from YouTube Shorts compared to TikTok. I'm going to post the same videos on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts once it becomes monetized, and then I'll see how they compare, see what makes more money and what is actually worth it. I missed ZOM today, but if it goes low tomorrow, I'll grab some. Yeah, I think ZOM can definitely make some moves, especially at $1.80. I think they can definitely make some moves up and retest at $2.15 or $2.25, or even push up to $3. But you know me, I'm looking to take a profit anytime I can take a profit. And obviously, if once I have my marks and I understand where my bottom will be, then I can go from there. Thank you for becoming a member. Is it Pars Ival? Appreciate that. Over 200 in here and just 50 likes. I know, that's sad. We got 184 in here, and we should have about 100 likes here. So make sure you hit that like button if you are watching. It does help out the channel a ton, and it makes me feel a little bit happy. I think I need to update what the picture looks like because I don't have a thumbnail. Let's add this. Boom. That's a new one. I have to, Matt, you don't get that join button if you are on the mobile phone, only on the desktop version. Interesting. I used to see it all the time. I don't have my TikTok up, so let me see if I can get to that. Let me see if that's true. Well, I can't join my own thing. On average, what's a good percentage to make and pull out of a stock and let the profit ride? What's a good percentage to make and pull out of a stock and let the profit ride? I would say, I mean, I always go with, I try and go with like 80-20. You know, I pull out, you know, obviously all of the initial investment, and then I'll pull out about 80% of what the gain was and then leave 20% in there. So I always go with the 80-20 rule there. But yeah, that's what I would go with. I really don't go by percentages a lot of times. I'll actually go by dollar amount and see what I can gain based on how many shares I'll have. So a lot of times I'll go by share count or dollar amount to make it easier. I could find it on the mobile app. I had to join through my browser. Oh, you couldn't find it on the mobile app. Okay, so that makes it very difficult then. If you can't find it, I will. I put it in the description. Do they have like a? Do they have like a channel membership link to the description? Maybe I'll add that somewhere. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. I don't know. I don't know how you add the. I don't know how you add it. I'll figure it out. How you add a link. GME is over 193. Yeah, it's moving. I mean, let's go back to popular. Yeah, it's moving 6% up. That's huge. 192. That's what I said. I mean, it was kind of weird the way it was dropping down. It was just a down market, and it, like I said, it may shift once we get into the after hours market. And I said that in my video actually, so you didn't hear that. Yes, GME is looking good. It's not next to the subscribe button on the app. Oh, well, that sucks. I need to figure out where it actually is, if you can find it. Maybe there's a link that I can add to the description so that anybody can join. It'll basically be like the second link in the description. So that's what I'll do from now on. But thank you everybody who did find it and was able to join. Earnings came out and looked good. That's good. That's really good if they did look good. The only thing is that I don't know if that's the full reason why it is increasing. I mean, it may look like it, but I think it's just, you know, they're gearing up and, you know, covering whatever they can cover in the after hours market, but it is increasing quite a bit. We are seeing some really good movement here, about to hit over 200. And that's some very fast movement. Let's look at the 1 minute chart here. So yeah, very fast movement here. It's starting to come down. When you do see it pull away from the 15 moving average, you know that it is going to probably make a move back down, or maybe 2 times out of 10 the 15 moving average will come back up to the stock. And this may be the case because it does look like it's running. I got it at 185. Well, it looks like you're pretty much good right now. I should start a chat and channel. Dude, you don't know what you're looking at. I do. You should start a channel. That's not a bad idea. I support anybody ending up starting a YouTube channel, because YouTube channels are great. So I wouldn't say it's bad if you do that. Go ahead and do it. It takes time to actually grind it out and one, make a name for yourself, and two, put in the work. But if you need any help growing, let me know. You can always help out. Do you think AMC is going to rise? Yes, I do think they're going to rise. Been in the game since '93. That's awesome. That's awesome. If you have experience, and it's always great to kind of tell people exactly what you know. Expand your knowledge as well. Not only just take in all the things that you know, but also Jack Harris, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Basically, give out any knowledge that you can. Give out the knowledge and take in all the knowledge that you can. That's what I try and do. If I don't know about options, I will try and learn as much as I can about options from the people that can teach me about it. If I don't know about all the long-term investing strategies that people have, I want to hear about it. I'm open. So again, I'm always up for people creating new YouTube channels. There is a lot of space for a lot of people. All I've been reading today on Google news articles is AMC is going to go down to $3 a share. Man, they're trying hard for us to sell off. Yes, they are. 100%. It makes no sense why they would think that when we have a crazy amount of shares that we're holding. They're trying to scare people off. People are getting scared. People are getting annoyed with the fact that they have to hold and they have to deal with all of this bull crap. But we're getting through it. You can see that we have the buying power, and they're looking to just short us as much as they could possibly short us. And you see the recovery. You see how much we're recovering. You see how much we can put on the table, and it's obviously a good thing. So if AMC goes back up to $15 this week, we should be good for a solid bull run. Absolutely. If it goes up in what we have 3 days left, if it goes up in the next 3 days and has that huge run, we are due for a day to where we have 30%, 40%, 50%. All of these other stocks that have been heavily shorted has grown 50% or 100%. AMC is due for one of those days. So when that actually happens and we're sitting at $15 and it grows 100% to $30, people are going to be like, what in the world is happening here? And we're all going to sit back like, I told you. I mean, it was supposed to happen. And that's not even a squeeze. That was mainly just the growth, the growth of the stock because of the people that are holding. That's basically what it will be. You think RIDE will rebound? Yes, I do think. I bought into RIDE at $12.74. I'm looking for them to rebound and make a move up, but it might take a while. It might be somewhere around a month or so before they make a really decent move. I'm looking for them to probably test. Let's look at RIDE. I'm looking for them to probably test, I think at like 18, I think it was. I'm looking for them to test somewhere around 18. 18.5 and also 21, maybe even 25. So I'm looking for them to test somewhere around these areas, and if it could break through those walls, then I'll make a decent amount of money from it, as long as I continue to invest more. I wanted to buy 100 shares, but I wanted to save some for Rocket to be able to average down tomorrow, because I don't have 25,000 in the account. So right now it's just sitting at 3 day trades that I'll have tomorrow. But still looking good. I'm a little weirded out with the fact that I deposited $2,400 into Webull, but only 2,000 came through. So I was a little worried about that, and I need to check into that for some reason why I only have $2,000 that was deposited. Thank you for becoming a channel member, Average Joe. That means a lot. I feel you on AMC, but today the volume was low, 84 million. We need more volume. Yes, we do. We absolutely do. But the thing is like when we do see them end up covering a ton of shorts and, you know, we have that volume, because there's been times where we had 300 plus million shares worth of volume and it only went up like 10, 15%. When if it was partnered with those shorts, we would have went up a lot more. Finally, a membership button for you. Glad to support. Thank you for supporting me. Yeah, there were a bunch of people that were asking for it, and I think it's definitely a good deal. I was like, maybe I shouldn't create a channel membership because I don't want to like basically seem like I'm money hungry here, but it is a really good idea because there's a lot of people that, you know, want to, you know, be called out a little bit more, I guess. You know, I can talk. I can, you know, read their comments a little bit more because I know that it's a valid comment instead of any comment that needs to be, you know, taken away or, you know, a really bad comment. So I know that they mean business. I know that if you have a ticker symbol you want me to look into, you've done a little bit of research and you understand it wasn't just something you throwing out there. So yeah. Was the SSR in place today? Yes, it was. It will be in place tomorrow, I believe, too, for AMC. But it's not going to mean anything. If they want to short something, they're going to continue to short it, in my opinion, and in a lot of other people's opinion. They will continue to short it because the SSR really just tells you that it makes it more difficult for them to short. They can only short on the uptick, which is where they want to short it. So yeah, the price is great and appreciated. Aside from the squeeze opportunity, are you looking at this as a long-term, mid-term hold? Technically, yes. For AMC, I have 1,550 shares over in Fidelity that I'm looking to do short-term. The long-term piece of that is actually the AMC piece I have over in Webull. So this is going to be more of a longer term. And hopefully I could find some huge value in it. If they continue to fluctuate this, so I might end up selling at a certain point and then having that drop down to wherever their lows will be, wherever they want their lows to be, so that I can buy into it a little bit lower and have that longer term strategy to hold on to for a while. The only thing I don't like about AMC is the fact that they're not offering a dividend, and anything that I'm holding long term, I always like to have some sort of dividend with, because I feel like I'm getting something in return rather than just holding the position. Because if it does go up to $30 and if it does stay at $30, is that something that I'm going to gain a crazy amount of value from? No, it's not something like a Tesla. It's not something like an Apple. It's not something like, you know, that gives me a standard 10% return or whatever in a long-term investment. So it's a little bit tough to hold on to it, but it will be something that I hold on to longer term, expecting a larger increase. So yeah. Is anyone else on Webull worried about why buying fake shares from Chinese market makers in dark pool? Why I don't ever get receipts of shares? No, it's just probably because they don't have their system to be like, I mean, they're constantly making updates, right? So I can't say that I'm worried about it at all. I'm not worried about it at all, but you know, some people may be worried. I understand where you're coming from a little bit, but they continue to update things, and I'm sure that that will be a huge part of it. But I never took notice of that. I don't ever get receipts of the shares. Yeah, I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Welcome to the, oh, somebody joined the Diego. It's blue, so I can't see your name. Diego P. Thank you for joining as a channel member. And if any of the channel members want to be mods, I can definitely make you guys mods too. Because anybody that becomes a channel member obviously should be able to have that perk of being a mod as well if they feel like somebody is being like, have malicious intent in the chat or whatever. Thank you for joining the membership though. Also, did you see Microsoft possibly buying Discord? I did see that. That was in the Discord group. A couple of people brought it up. That's very interesting. People are upset because they may change a lot of things. I'm for change. I like seeing any type of change there. So I want to see what good changes they will make with it, because I don't think it'll be that bad. I think they're just trying to take over a lot of these things that that people are using constantly, because it's supposedly a gaming communication tool. So with gaming being at an all-time high, people staying home and streaming being at an all-time high, that's probably why. Yeah. All right. I will make you a mod. Ronnie King, you are a moderator. Bruce Wang made you just now? What? I don't know what that means. The fight is not over. We need to stop making predictions about pricing. Let it one day at a time. Let's take it one day at a time. The AMC possibly $50 or max. Not financial advice. I would agree with you. I do agree with you. I do think we need to talk about it. Obviously, I like to talk about this stuff and not giving people financial advice, just merely showing the good and the bad of things and letting people form their own opinions. That's what it's all about. It's not about me making an opinion for you. I want everyone else to be able to make their own opinion, maybe after I say something or before I say something, if you have your own opinion. GME is dropping again. I would see that. I would definitely believe that, and I understand why, because they pulled so far away from the 15 moving average. So yeah, it's back down to 185. That's crazy. Let's see what the day looks like. Yeah, look at that movement. Look at that movement. That does not make sense at all. So people getting up to 190 or 200, and they're looking to pull them right back down. Right back down to earth, really. Thank you for becoming a member, Sasha D. I appreciate that a lot. But yeah, like, I knew it was going to come back down to the 15 moving average. Did I think it was going to come back down to the 200 EMA? No, I didn't. I thought it would come back to here as the 15 moving average was coming up, and we would see it continue on the way up. But with any manipulation, that's what's going to happen, and it looks like that's what's here. AMC is also moved down after getting up to about that $11 mark. We're going to see some positive moves. They're just looking to drive all of the people out, and you could see the buying power that we have. This summer, you'll see a transition from growth to value stocks. True, you might end up seeing that. I believe that where they stand is not their true value. Their true value should be right now in between, for AMC is in between, $10 and $15. But the overall value, once theaters are open, they change some things around, pay off debts, is obviously around that $20 mark, probably even more than that. I have 7,400 shares of AMC at $6.40 and still holding. That's good. That's a huge amount of shares, especially at that low target. You're sitting pretty. If it's going to get to any type of massive low, it'll probably be $7. But it's not going to be something where it gets down to $6. I don't think $6.50. If it does, then I'll be in there. I will buy a ton of shares. You will not see me let up. Too much money in the market. Valuations too high. What are your thoughts on these tickers? They're interesting. I'm not gonna say them, but they're interesting. Question unrelated to stocks. You got any plans for when the world returns to normal? Do I have any investment plans when the world returns to normal? Yeah, I mean, when the world, I don't think that this will ever change. We're gonna have these stocks that just become meme stocks, or Reddit pumped stocks. I don't know what you want to call them, But that's the way that it's going to be, and it's going to be something where we're not going to let them short a stock out of existence anymore. That's not going to be the case. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to continue to fight for these companies that are on the brink of bankruptcy and they're looking to fight for their life. They know that every company out there, or every hedge fund out there is looking to short them to kingdom come to get them to bankruptcy. Because if they don't have to pay anything, they don't have to buy back the stock at all, they make a ton of money on this, right? So I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen at all. And we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what does happen, but I don't think that's going to be the norm. I mean, I think that is going to be a couple of stocks where we do see that as the normal stock movement, in my opinion. But when it comes to investing in general, I'm going to keep the same mindset. Anything that I do see that's a high mover from low to high or high to low, I'm going to be able to day trade and swing trade. I'm going to look for these opportunities that are pumped, because I'm looking to gain a little bit as we do move along, and I'm going to try and find the best strategy to weed out a lot of those pumped positions. Were you able to sell before the sell-off? No, I was not. I was holding no matter what. I didn't know that there was going to be a massive drop off from $14 down to 10, or else I would have sold, got back in at $10.60 or $10 and what did it get to? $10.30. What was the low today? The low was $10.37. I would have gotten in at that point, but I wasn't sure that it was going to drop that low. Usually you'll see a calm before the storm, so it'll be really low and then jump up a massive amount. New to stocks and day trading, someone told me I should look into oil and energy stocks and put $100 on each. Several different oil energy stocks. I purchased $20 on Cash App of AMC. If you're, I wouldn't say that. There's a lot of people that always talk about oil and energy stocks. I mean, I don't get into that. I like to see the movement of tech stocks. If you're looking to day trade, yeah, I like to look at the tech stocks and look at the heavy movers, because with day trading, it makes it very easy to be able to do that. And you can gain $1 out of your 100 shares and you gain $100 in a day. Or, you can gain 50 cents out of that 100 shares. And now you have $50 in that day. So it's easy to understand when you are trading some of these high movers rather than going into oil and energy. It's not something that I look into. I wouldn't tell anybody to do that. I would tell people that are new to day trading, new to swing trading, is to invest into companies that they know about. If you know about Apple, you're more inclined to put your money there rather than, say, an oil company that you have no freaking idea what they're doing. You might as well hold it. A squeeze will benefit you much more. True. I feel, well, if the squeeze is going to happen, this is the thing that I always want to make as much money as possible. And the thing is that I typically would, sell at the highs, buy at the lows. If we do have those same patterns, which we have seen a number of patterns, if this was a normal situation, that's exactly what you would see me do, is sell at those highs. I do see it at a certain high, sell at it, get out, end up buying back in at the low with the same position, lowering my effective wash sale and growing that position. I had a hunch that this was coming. The government trying to take our stimulus money conspiracy. Yeah, I hear you. It's more like a slight bailout. So if they're trying to take our stimulus money, the hedge funds are trying to take our stimulus money because they control the world. The government's giving it to us willingly, knowing that a large portion will put it in the markets. They're trying to take it as we sell it for a loss. So I understand what they're doing. There's a lot of conspiracies, but I don't really know if it's 100% logical. I mean, I think it's logical, but I'm holding just for the fact that my opinion My opinion, AMC, or my option AMC? Opinion AMC is worth, oh, in my opinion, AMC is worth at least $18 to $20, but I got in at 10. So yeah, you're good. You're going to be making a decent amount of money, and I'm right there with you. Like I said, I believe that they were at $10 to $15 at the moment, but once they make some changes and pay off debts and all the things that they have to do, yeah, worth $18 to $20, definitely. Probably even more than that. They're a huge movie theater chain. I mean, they should be worth a lot more as long as they're doing things the right way. Thank you for becoming a channel member. 1977 LWA. I appreciate that a lot. Any channel members are welcome. You shouldn't be gambling in the markets. I wasn't. It wasn't meant for you for that. You're right. Government gave you your stimulus money because you need it. Yes, for most people, it is because they need it. But some people end up, qualifying for it, and they're able to capitalize on that money and put it not at gambling risk, hopefully at an educated understanding of the market, being able to buy into a position that they know is going to increase rather than gamble. Like, this is not gambling. It's not true investing. It's more on the lines of trading, but it's not 100% gambling. I wouldn't say that. You take a look at CIT. So I have about 7 minutes, and then I have to get a video ready that I'm gonna post about AMC later. So I have to edit that and upload that before I go pick up the kids at 5:30. So I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done in the last hour or so. When I look at CIT Group, they had a massive drop today. Well, not crazy massive, but they had a pretty big drop, 4%. They are down 0.28% in the after hours market. Let's look at them from a 10,000 foot view. 10,000 foot view, you've seen a lot of increase here, which is a really good thing. You might be, if I had to give this first glance and understand what it was going to do, I would say that this is going to end up bouncing off of the 15 or the 200 EMA and moving up. So if it does go lower, as you've seen this from this trend back here, you could see that as well. But the overall look of this is obviously on the way up. It does not have any massive drops at all. Let's look at the 100,000 foot view here. So the 100,000 foot view, we can see that from 15, that's where it started to increase all the way back from September. And we've seen that increase continue. Before that, it was fluctuating and did have a pretty massive drop from $48. So hopefully we don't see more of the same. Let's look back here and see. So these were all drops. Okay, so any type of increase is obviously a good deal. I can say that this is probably going to end up having a bounce and moving on the way up. Just looking at the history of the chart, because it's showing a lot of positivity. Unless we keep having a down market, if we keep having a down market, you might see points to where you can buy lower and lower. But at the moment, you can see that this could be a point to where you could look to buy in at $47, push up to and retest the $54 mark, in my opinion. It also has a dividend yield, which is a great deal with anything, having 2.82% dividend. Anything that you can get paid a dividend with is definitely a good deal, in my opinion. Do you have a forecast for AMC by Friday? I don't. I don't know if they're going to fully recover this week. If we do see a positive day, it can easily get back to 14 and hopefully push 15. We need it to break over 15, and that's if we do see them start to really cover a lot of their positions, and that's exactly what we'll see. Hope for the best for everyone who is long. If some of the markets will stop thinking about this year, 6.5% GDP started for next year, 2% growth, and then you'll see people restructure and move to value from growth. I don't know. It's going to be tough. I think it's going to be something that probably takes a while to end up implementing, followed by tax increases. Okay, understood. How much of that 1.9 trillion went to waste? Went to waste. Well, technically, the stimulus checks were only what, 500 million? Sorry, 500 billion. Sorry, 500 billion from that. So I would say the rest of it probably went to waste. The people are the ones that support obviously the country and how it grows. So they're the first step in growing, the economy. GDP is what, 80% consumer spending, 70% consumer spending, I believe. GME resistance at 170. Is that what you're seeing? Wow. GME is now at 1. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's still dropping. After that large increase, this is what they do. This is what they do. They're going to keep pushing at this, keep poking us. No, it's not. It for Friday. It doesn't have. Um, he just answered the Friday forecast. It doesn't have a definitive assumption. I don't have a full understanding to where it's going to be, because the problem is no one can predict these positions. No one, absolutely no one can predict these positions because it moves so rapidly. You look at all of the manipulation. Look at this, $167 and continues to drop down. You see AMC that's moving on a downward spiral. You see a lot of things they're tanking the market, getting people scared. And it's not the fact that people are selling, it's the fact that they're shorting this thing until you can't be shorted anymore. And that's not even an option because they continue to naked short. Join the Discord group as well today. Looking forward to learning. Also, if you need more mods, I'm down to help. If not, no worries. Got you. You are now a moderator. Everything is dropping today. Yeah, it's not just GME. It's not just AMC. It's dropping crazy right now. It's definitely moving the wrong direction, but I'm gonna have to end this live stream. I'm gonna post some things about AMC and where they stand, and you'll see me tomorrow morning. But I wanted to give you guys an update to the channel memberships, to talk about the Discord group, all of these different things, and AMC and GME specifically, and give you an understanding of where my portfolio is at the moment. I'm adding in $10,000 in the next couple of days as long as Weeble gets it in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank you to everybody. We got 9 people that joined the channel memberships today, so that's amazing. Thank you guys. But like I said, I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, you know what? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to join the YouTube Shorts YouTube Shorts channel, please do so, because that does help out. I'm looking to grow that to 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys want to really help out, please go over there and subscribe. And I'm going to be posting videos, short videos on there as much as I can. But yeah, anyways, going to get out of here. Thank you so much. And I'll catch you guys in the next stream or video.